Oh, there it goes. So, hi everybody. Welcome to our predictions for TNA Sacrifice, a
Of,
show we have done a better job of promoting than TNA actually has.
we've literally seen one. I don't think even Matt's seen this. I've seen one commercial advertising Sacrifice, and they advertise it on the little screen thing at the show. However, you can't even tell because they never really show you the big screen anyway. Because
Well, they did. I do remember one video package for it, but it was it's just generic. It's like a pay-per-view package, like WWE would do a month out from a pay-per-view to be like, "Oh shit, this is coming up in a
you
month." Like, we just got done with this pay-per-view. Here's the next pay-per-view. What's coming up? We don't know.
You know what's fucking stupid though? They're reusing footage from old feuds that happened before the last pay per view.
I think they have fucking stakes and shit.
They do. It's like the old fucking. It's the old video package from the last pay per view.
It's
And
just it's really sad. Which I could kind of get from like a certain angle. It's like, okay, yeah, it kind of makes sense to use footage from the last one of these in the preview for the next one, but it's like it's this week. It's Sunday. Like, the only reason me and Caitlin know any of the fucking matches that are going to be on there is because we looked it up.
yeah, we had to research the matches because otherwise we wouldn't have known. Like I
And real
literally.
quickly, Caitlin,
What's
the
up?
reason why some of the matches weren't on the spoilers for last week, they were unannounced.
What?
Yeah, the Diva match that I didn't have, that wasn't on the spoilers, that was an unannounced match. That wasn't even on the card.
Like with EC3 and Spud versus that was unannounced too.
Yeah, you can
Okay,
tell fucking Russo's back. Like, all the unannounced matches, the fucking gimmick matches, fucking swerves for no fucking goddamn reason.
the fact that Bobby Roode is now the master of tables, I don't even understand why that's a thing right now. Like, that's what Bobby Roode's been reduced to. He's basically Bubba Ray Dudley from. No, he's basically Bubba Ray Dudley now. Just without the Devon.
Yeah. You know what, he's Bubba Ray Dudley with more fucking talent, let's be honest here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just.
Let's at least give him the modicum of fucking credit he is fucking due, but
The,
it is sad that they turned him into Bubba Jr.
It's so sad too because so many of these matches, like so many of the card matches, are just so
Yeah.
bland.
And I'm calling it now, we will probably have an unannounced match or two on fucking card.
I'm probably gonna see it. Hopefully, I can get a win off of that one because I'm
Also, we're
probably
gonna
gonna
do the.
lose.
Also, I don't know if any of these are going to be the pre-show match, but you might also get a win off the pre-show match, or I might get a win.
All
So,
right, because the tag team titles are in the main card, right?
yeah, and since they're copying everything else with fucking WWF, like, it would totally not shock me if, like, Bromance versus the Wolves in the pre-show for the title. Which, if
Like,
that's the case, I'm going with the Bromance.
uh, I guess
Because, see,
I'll.
here's something I realized, Kalen.
What's that?
It's as shitty as it makes the brands look, what they're doing is the right fucking thing.
By keeping the title on the Bromance forever.
Yeah, or at least for right now until you get any other fucking tag team. Because they have two. Because Sonata and Tigre Uno aren't a real tag team. Yeah, they
Yeah.
pair up, but that's it.
Oh, so they're on the card too.
Yeah. Also, that the match 3 thing about that, Kalen's, it's a tournament. It's a best of 3 for because winner is gonna go on to fight Kenny King. I think it's Slammiversary, or it might even be on the fucking Impact after this, with how fucking shitty the writing is.
to fight Kenny King, but he's a new wrestler. Why is he the head?
Well, he was a TNA guy, but then he left, went over to Japan, and then he came back.
So, what is he then? Is he like? I'm confused. What?
I don't know much about him, Kalins. I think he was a hot shot in the X division, but then I think there was some kind of like some shenanigans, and he left.
Is okay. Here's my question: Is Austin Aries coming back? Is he coming back yet? Do we know?
I guess at least he's coming back for this week. He's not on any announced stuff.
And he's not on the main card. He's not on the card for Sacrifice, from what I saw, right?
Yeah. So let's get into the so.
Ugh.
If you're unfamiliar with how we picked it with the system me and Kalen's use for picking the TNA things, Kalen's picks the smart thing. What makes sense from like storylines and a logic perspective. I, on the other hand, I choose just the worst option. I choose the worst, stupidest fucking thing you could do in the match.
Yeah.
So far, like, I would have won. I would have won last time if it wasn't for the unannounced match and fucking...
With Bobby Lashley, yeah.
Yeah. And you won that one, and I was like, fuck! So I went Bobby Lashley.
I mean, they debuted him. As shitty as TNA is, like, you're not gonna waste, like, a debut on a wrestler like that. Actually,
yeah,
wait.
And it's like... And he was in WWE, so of course he was gonna fucking win.
Actually, wait. That's not entirely true, because when Rob Van Dam debuted, he beat up Sting but immediately after he got the pin on Sting, Sting beat the shit out of him with a baseball bat.
That kind of doesn't count though, because it's like Rob Van Dam still beat him in a match.
I mean, yeah, alright, okay, I'll go with that.
Make Sting look like a chicken shit heel. Anyway, so the first match that they have on the card is fucking shocking. Another fucking goddamn stupid gimmick match with Mr. Anderson and Samuel Shaw, aka the potential rapist. And this is a commitment match, which makes no fucking sense because it's like, okay, so they're going to actually commit Mr. Anderson, a man who has shown no psychological damage whatsoever. They'll commit him. This is like something from a fucking 80s movie where it's like, we need to save the fucking orphanage. Let's have a boat race with the bank.
A boat race with the bank. Oh my god, that's amazing.
So once again, I'm picking Samuel Shaw to win this shit.
I'm going with Mr. Anderson because it doesn't make sense for Mr. Anderson to lose that match because there's nowhere you could possibly go with this. Although they could do a swerve. Okay, so this is Vince Russo, or at least we suspect that it's Vince Russo writing this shit, right? So what he might do...
He's a quote-unquote consultant.
Okay, so what he might do is they might have Mr. Anderson lose, and then the woman Samuel Shaw is trying to rape somehow eventually comes over to his side, and she joins Samuel Shaw. And maybe Mr. Anderson comes back as like a lunatic who's like in leagues with Samuel Shaw too. Like, it's that stupid, but it could happen.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going for.
I'm going for Mr. Anderson because, to me, it doesn't make sense to have him lose since this storyline's been drug out for a little bit, and they need to end it somehow. And why would you have a rapist win? Like, really? Like, why would you have a rapist win?
In the past.
God, that's
with the rape lock.
You
That's
know,
that's what I'm calling his headlock, the rape lock.
you know what's sad too? Samuel Shaw did win the straitjacket match too because he knocked out Mr. Anderson and then he put him in the straitjacket.
Yeah. So okay, the next match. All right, this is gonna be the first of the two coin flips because mainly it's because there's like both. Like I can here, like there's really no bad option, but at the same time there's no good option. And that's James Storm versus Gunner in a last man standing match. Because like if James Storm loses, that's bad for him because he's basically been beaten by fucking Gunner at every fucking turn, so that just continues to make him look fucking weak and
Yeah,
fucking ineffectual unless somebody's coming to fucking save him.
like
And if
yeah.
fucking Gunner loses, like he's no longer in the fucking chase for the belt or anything. So it's like, what does he have left now but fucking fighting James Storm?
Of course, I think they took him out of the running for the belt anyway, didn't they? Because that's why he's been stuck in like
He
this
was in the
nowhere feud.
gauntlet match, I think. But other than that, yeah, like he's just been doing the feud.
Yeah, he's like in this nowhere go nowhere feud with like James Storm. And the thing is, the sad thing about TNA is that they're both they're both talented wrestlers. It's just that you can't do anything with either of them.
Yeah, see, so like that's the like Kalen's. You might be able to pick this because you might be able to find like, well, this is the smarter option, obviously. But like for me, like both of these options are equally bad.
Like the option, okay, so for James Storm, he just looks really weak because he can't win anything, and if he
Yeah,
loses this match,
he's been losing on TV. He's been losing in pay-per-views.
and if he continues on this streak, he's just going to keep losing and losing everything else. So, um, I mean, the smart option for me would be James Storm because at least with Gunner, I mean, Gunner is at least, strong because, like, look at his win over James Storm and, at the last pay per view. Like, he's had some strong wins. So, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna go with. I'm gonna go with James Storm because if
You know
he
what?
does
You convinced me. I'm gonna go with fucking. I'm gonna go with fucking.
Gunner,
Yeah, you've convinced me that Gunner is the worst of the two options.
yeah, because James Storm has looked weak consistently. Gunner, on the other hand, has looked strong. And he's like been sold as like this monster. Like, and the more you beat him up, he'll just start hulking, retarding up by hitting his head on the turnbuckle and shit. So,
Yeah,
whereas James Storm is just like this chicken shit hill who can't do
as
anything.
I like to call it, Benoit up.
Oh, too bad. And James Gunner has kids too. That's awesome.
So, okay, the next is the best of three to get the X Division belt, and then the fight Kenny Knight
King,
or King. Yeah,
Kenny
Kenny
King.
King. And it's Sonata who's the current champion versus Tigre Uno. And I have Tigre Uno as the worst option here because like they have not really done shit to fucking sell Tigre Uno. Like
Uh,
they've
yeah.
done a little bit with Sonata. That's why I'm like it's because like they've had video packages of Sonata. Like they had the thing where like the like on the Impact after lockdown, they had Great Muda talking to him and
I
telling
mean,
him how it's like, you have to succeed where the rest of us Japanese wrestlers failed to break out and make it big here in America. It's all on you and stuff. And then they had the video package this week, and it's like we've seen nothing from Tigre Uno. So I'm like, Tigre Uno's gonna win.
the thing about Japanese people though is that like their normal, like this is a huge racist generalization, but their normal way of speaking makes everything sound like it's a fucking story. Like, I have awakened, refresh from a long sleep. Now I must go forth and make cereal.
It does. And also, this is the third match of this tournament, by the way. The second was on Impact this week. So we didn't even see the first match, folks.
Wait, wasn't that the match between Tigre Uno and Sonata? Didn't they already fight?
Yeah, it's a best of three. So they're tied now. So whoever wins this not only
Wait,
gets the belt,
who won?
they get the honor of fighting Kenny King.
Wait, who won the first match?
I think Tigray.
Did we see that?
No, because it was on one of their stupid house shows.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, coin flip this shit. I don't even.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. What do you got for Sonata?
Um.
What do you think the water option here is?
I'm so depressed. Sonata.
Because me personally, I say Sonata is the smart choice.
Yeah, Sonata is building up he's building up a something like he's in his own little story right now where he's trying to do this thing for like Japanese wrestlers and he has like this huge responsibility and it's a bit like a story of growth and progression and he has obstacles in his way.
And Sin Mysterio is just a fucking ripoff of fucking
Rey Mysterio, yeah.
They're just I would say more fucking Sin Cara. It's even though he looks a little more like Rey Mysterio because it's like you can tell it's just like they want this guy to appeal to the kids. It's like nobody cares about Manic.
Like the thing of like no one really. Wait, Manic's in this?
No, Manic's not. Oh, I bet you Manic will be a fucking dark match.
Yeah.
Or Maniac or whatever his fucking name is. I bet you that'll be a fucking unannounced match. Bobby Lashley and Manic fight. Or Maniac. See, you know what would be a good match? Fucking Bobby Lashley versus fucking Austin Aries. Why isn't that this?
Because isn't Austin Aries being punished for misbehavior or something?
Well, that's the current rumor, but it's like
we don't really know, man.
Like, here's the thing, TNA, you have no fucking standards. So who fucking cares people throw fucking hissy fits? You don't fuck care.
Like, here's the thing, though. As far as Sonata goes, Sonata is in this story to get to make a name for Japanese wrestlers. So it just seems like it's smart for him to go over Tigre Uno. Tigre Uno, on the other hand, like, they haven't done anything with him. He's more or less just, like,
yeah, I think we saw one promo for him before he debuted at Lockdown. And
yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't see them doing anything with him, so I'm going to go with Sonata.
So, okay, everybody, here comes our patented D-bag coin flip for the knockout match. So, it's Angelina Love versus Madison Rayne, who's the champion.
You know what? I'm going to go completely sexist with it.
I forget, because, like, all these matches have fucking some kind of stupid gimmick. Like, so I get what the fucking retarded gimmick for this match is. Might be a fucking cage match for all I fucking know.
Madison Rayne, right, versus...
Yeah, so I'll let you pick. Heads or tails, Kalins? Who's heads, who's tails?
Yeah, okay, tell me if you like this idea. Let's just go completely sexist and piss people off and be like, I'm gonna vote for whoever I find to be sexier. There you go. That's what I'm gonna do. I think we should just go completely sexist and just completely piss everyone off and be like, I'm just gonna go for whoever I find to be more sexually attractive. There you go.
Well, you can. I'm gonna go with the coin flip again.
I'm gonna go with...
I don't even fucking care enough about these fucking bitches and hoes to do that.
Which one is in the beautiful people? Like which one rubs...
Love.
Okay, she's the one who rubs her clit together with the other chick?
Yeah, but she's the least attractive of the beautiful people.
Then I'll go with Madison Rayne then. There you
go. Okay, I'm gonna go heads for fucking Angelina Love.
Alright.
Actually, tails. Say, Kalins, you should have went with the coin flip.
So hold on for a second.
So nobody gets a point. Or we both get a point for that one. Alright, well,
What's up?
Kalen's... Oh,
Alright,
you're
I'm
back.
back. Yep. What's up?
Okay, so I got Madison Rain 2 through the coin flip. Because I call it tails.
Okay, so I'll just go with Angelina Love.
If you want, you
I
can still
mean,
go with your sexist gimmick. I would save that for the divas. Because it's
sure,
like, there's actually divas who can wrestle.
that's true.
So I would say that.
But Angelina Love is in the beautiful people, and I do love the crotch wiggle. Like, I love the clit wiggling. Like, come on, Matt. You know you love seeing two hot chicks, like, rub their clits together.
I'm on the internet, Kalen. It's like, I can see that. Like, I'm nude. It's like, that's what always annoyed me with the beautiful people, where it's like them teasing they're gonna fucking kiss and take their tops off and shit. It's like, you're not gonna fucking do this. This is on television.
This is true.
Host Janet Jackson.
This is true.
It just always annoyed me.
And she's
Even
really
by
not...
then, I had full ass fucking dial-up, so I had access to fucking pornography on the internet.
And she's really not even that attractive. You make a good point.
Sorry, take her.
I'll go with Madison Rain.
Alright, so we're both gonna pick Madison Rain then.
Yeah. You know
or
what?
Angelina Love.
Hey, it's not my fault she's ugly. I mean,
I will be honest, Kalen's the smart pick here also is probably Angelina Love, since they're fucking bringing back the beautiful fucking people.
Oh, right, that's true. And like Vince and Russo loves the beautiful people gimmick. Like that was his gimmick that he came up with.
Yeah.
There were originally heels too, so I'm going to retract my statement and go with Angelina Love. I forgot how important the beautiful people gimmick was to Russo.
Alright.
Which is weird, but you know, whatever. It's creepy.
I still decided on the coin. So. Alright, so next up is coveted King of the Table match between Bob Roode and Bully Ray.
The smart choice, at least in my opinion, would be to go with what's that fat fuck? Oh, Bobby Roode, because Bobby Roode's younger. Bully Ray isn't going to be in the business for that much longer. And they need to build Bobby Roode as a credible heel.
Doing more shit backstage nowadays. Like, he's the guy who's been booking the fucking Wolves, which explains that shit.
Exactly.
I'll also explain, the fact that they have two... for everybody who complains about how many tag teams they have in the WWF, they have more than two. Three if you fucking count Sonata and Tigre Uno, if we're being nice about it.
Like, also another thing though about the whole beautiful people get. Also another thing about the beautiful people thing is that another beautiful people. Fuck, I'm fucking retarded. My mind just fucked up for a second. Anyway, so another thing about Bobby Roode is that he's a little younger, and they need to build him as a credible heel instead of like some chicken shit lackey for Dixie. Hello. Matt, you there? I think Matt's dead.
Yes.
Alright.
I was looking at the comments real quickly. And yes, Mortis, I choose the worst because that's what I expect from TNA.
Yeah, like with Matt, there is no, he just goes with whatever the worst pick is.
And Kayla's is like, I'm gonna at least give them credit for the pay-per-view since they only do 5 of them.
Yeah, I mean, I figure that at least someone in the backstage is going to be like, it makes sense to do this because doing this makes a lot more sense. You can tell Russo's back, not a Japanese face to be seen, and the knockouts are in thongs.
Alright, so we have the under main event here.
Wait.
A tag match.
It's for this Sunday?
Yes.
part of me feels like I should order something, like some food or something, and get ready for it. And then another part of me is like, it's fucking TNA.
What, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna order some steak and some surf and turf,
And be like, yeah, make it like
maybe some chocolate truffles, some
it'll
champagne,
it'll be like my shitty it'll be like
bag
my
of
shit it'll
pancakes.
it'll be like my shitty Super Bowl. Like I'll order like wings and shit.
Uh, this is what our life has become, Caitlin's.
It is so depressing.
So, okay. Willow. Okay, so the next match is the tag match between Willow and Kurt Angle versus EC3 and Rockstar Spud. So you're getting your wish, Caitlin. Spud is wrestling.
Yeah, I guess. And some capacity.
So,
Um,
in my opinion, the dumb choice here is, well, this whole match is fucking stupid. They should have just fucking scheduled in the Kurt Angle and EC3's stupid match from fucking Lockdown that never happened and gotten that fucking over with. Instead of just like throwing Kurt Angle randomly in this new feud with fucking Willow. So I'm having fucking Willow and Kurt Angle as the dumb option here, just because it's
it is.
like they're both old. I'm sorry, Kay. Let's go ahead.
No, I was just gonna agree with you. Actually, I was just gonna say they're both old. They need to I mean, this is a new gimmick for Jeff Hardy, but it's still Jeff Hardy. He's an old fucking man now.
And it's
Like,
a retarded fucking gimmick.
and they need to they need to build Spud and EC3 as credible heels. So to me, it makes sense that they would go over, albeit faces, the older guys, because again, EC3
See,
and Spud are young and they need to be built up.
you know what I thought was going to happen, Kalis? I thought EC3 was going to take the belt off of Magnus.
So did I.
Because like they clearly showed EC3 was the stronger of the heels in that little, I guess, faction or fucking whatever it was.
Yeah.
The Dixie Rats.
The Dixie Crats. Ugh, God, I hate that. Wait, and doesn't she call her the TNA fan base Dixieland?
Yeah. Ugh.
Okay, but yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought they were building EC3 up as like this new super strong heel, but he's just kind of a middling, incompetent, like chicken shit heel too.
Yeah. Well, he's not too. Well, I mean, he's chicken shit in the smart. So he's like Randy.
Yeah, that's true. Whereas
Like,
Magnus is just
he'll
useless.
fucking try to fight. He'll try to, like, when Kurt Angle and everybody, like, remember this week when, like, they were ganging up on him. He tried to fight back, and when it was like, oh shit, like, fucking, I can't win, that's when he ran.
True. I mean, he's not Spud, I guess. It's just they're pairing him up with Spud, which to me is just weird because, like, as far as storyline goes, Spud can't even really wrestle.
Well, I mean, here's something, and it would be smart, and it'd be a good use of Kurt Angle here, is if Spud's the one who gets the win.
Yeah, you know what though? I doubt Kurt would let Spud go over him. I think he'd let EC3 go over him, and Spud would just kind of be there.
Well, Spud could go over Willow.
You mean assuming he's conscious?
Yeah, that's why he could go over him.
That's true, actually. Like, they can
He
just...
passed out.
Like, Willow will just pass out his own vomit, and Jeff Hardy will be like, what happened? Did I win? And, like, Spud will have gone over him, but no one will say anything. They'll be like, yeah, you did. He'll be like, woo! Willow!
So who are you going with here?
I'm going with EC3 and Spud because it's the smart option. They're heels, granted, but again, you need to build them as credible, and having them go over these two old fucking men to actually build them up as a threat seems like the smart choice to me.
Okay, so last and probably least is Eric Young versus Magnus for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Matt,
I have Magnus here.
Matt, you know Magnus is gonna win, right?
That's part that.
Yeah,
See that. See, that's the dumbest option, and
yeah.
at the same time, it might be the smartest option. Because
How?
see, here's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
It's
because
simultaneously the dumbest and smartest option for this reason. Remember how my biggest complaint with him winning the title was like there was no build up whatsoever to it.
it also doesn't help that like him winning is basically killing their views.
So I'm thinking they pull the fucking title off of him and then they start like the Daniel Bryan build for fucking for Eric Young. And here's why that's stupid. Eric Young is not fucking Daniel Bryan.
He's not. He doesn't have the draw that Daniel Bryan does either.
So in all honesty, the best thing you can fucking possibly do is just keep the fucking belt on Eric Young for the time being until Slammiversary. And then fucking after Slammiversary, you don't have another pay-per-view for like another 2 months, so you can have somebody stronger who you want to definitely push more, take the belt off of Eric Young at Slammiversary.
Yeah, that would be the smart
Like,
option, though.
alright, here would be the smart option. EC3 takes the belt off of Eric Young at Slammiversary.
Yeah,
And then
like
you have 2 months to build up a fucking strong, credible heel with the fucking belt.
like a credible. The thing about Magnus, though, is that for some reason they seem to like him and they want to keep the belt on him.
Well, Dixie
Um,
doesn't like him anymore. Like, Dixie's like, you're on your own.
did she say that?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
See, that's why I'm like, this is a stupid. That's why I'm like, Magnus is the worst option, too, because it's like, he can't win, because nobody's going to help him.
Like the only person I'd say who'd probably help him would be Abyss, but then they seem to be pushing Abyss now.
Yeah, and like Samoa Joe might come out though. That's might be the thing where like Abyss comes out, but Samoa Joe intercepts him. I hate that we're putting so much fucking thought into this, Caleb.
Yeah,
It fucking sickens me.
we put more thought and effort into this than the people who write the product. Like we're
Yeah,
actually trying to think out what would be smart. We're looking at it from both sides. We're actually trying to understand what would be the motivation for things we originally thought would be stupid. Like this is sad, man. Like this is what we're doing with our time right now, Matt. We're trying
it
to
is.
think up what sacrifice, and we're gonna watch Sacrifice too, which is just
Well, look on the bright side. Main events tomorrow. That's twice. It's got more. It's got twice the wrestling in half the time than a fucking TNA show. So, Kalens, what do you think is the smart option here?
for Magnus versus Eric Young. Eric Young is the champion now. He's tanking though, so honestly, this is just a shitty match because Magnus is a shit heel, but for some reason, but he seems to have a bigger draw than fucking Eric Young, so maybe Magnus winning is the smart option. I don't fucking know.
Be fair though, they've been in free fall for a while.
Sure, you know what? Coin flip this shit.
Coin flip.
Coin flip.
Hey, hey, we'll do a coin flip. So I'll retract Magnus. So I'll go with whoever. So Kalen, so you call it. Who's hits?
Magnus can be heads because of his
Okay.
giant forehead.
Oh, you got Magnus. So I get Eric Young. Interesting. You know what? You know what's sad, Caleb? That's probably how they fucking decided this match.
I think that's how they decided this card.
Nah, it's like you remember that episode of South Park with the porpoises, Family Guy, and shit?
Oh my god! They just threw like darts at the shark.
It's like that, but replace the porpoises with Down syndrome sloths.
That's fucking hilarious. That's
All right,
hilarious.
so now we're done with the picks. Let's check. I'm gonna check the comments. Lamortis Abyss. Do you really think EC3 could carry the mantle for 2 months? I mean, yeah, it's the TNA title, like, right, Galens?
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Like
even.
it has any honor or fucking anything.
Honestly, it just depends on how over EC3 is. Like, does he even get any reaction when he goes out? I never fucking know anymore because I have to have the fucking volume cut down or else people can hear it.
Also, you know what? It helps Kalen too because, like, I have to listen to fucking Tony Schiavone and fucking Taz. Wow.
You really hate Tony Schiavone.
Yes. I don't fucking care what anybody fucking thinks. Tony Schiavone fucking sucks, and Mike Tenay fucking sucks too.
I think Mike Tenay is the guy on TNA. Tony Schiavone was the guy with the weird haircut from WCW.
I don't know. It's Taz and whoever else. They're both fucking awful.
Fucking awful.
Fucking lucky, Kalens. That you don't have to hear them. Like, Taz and his... Like, you know what? Listening to Taz makes me really fucking appreciate JBL and his horrible fucking shitty jokes. It really does.
That's hilarious. remember when like Taz was pretty fit though in like ECW. I mean that was pretty.
Yeah, he was actually good. That match was pretty good. Like and I'm not the biggest Sabu fan. I don't care for Sabu.
I don't think Liam likes Sabu either.
I don't know. Maybe. Eric Young is Diet Santina. I want to know. Like, Eric Young.
Diet Santina. What's in there?
Eric Young, at best, is Mongoloid Down syndrome Damien Sandow.
You know why Matt softened his position on Eric Young? Because he has like an intro that's like a comic book. Am I right?
You know what, Michael? I'd take Michael Cole any fucking day of the week because you know what? Michael Cole hasn't been always awful. Like, go back and listen to the fucking when Mankind won the fucking title for the first time. Would it have been better if JR was there? Yes. But sorry, Kalens. Fucking yes, I do like Eric Young's comic book intro. Okay? It's neat. Kalens.
Oh, can you hear me? I was laughing the whole thing. I was laughing the whole time and trying to talk to it. I was like, oh shit, Matt can't hear me.
Oh yeah, fucking.
Oh my god.
So I guess. Should we do hypothetical matches just in case?
Of what could possibly happen?
Yeah, so like bromance versus wolves for the umpteenth million goddamn time.
Wait, how can they go on to fight Kenny King if Kenny King is going to have an exhibition match with MVP at Slammiversary?
Ooh. I might get okay. So it's not. They're not even fighting for the chance to fight Kenny King at a pay-per-view. That's the saddest fucking thing, Kalins. You know, I'm. I really have to fucking reconsider when I said fucking WCW and its 9 days was worse than TNA. And you know what?
Who's that?
I'm starting to be like, maybe I'm wrong about that.
That's hilarious. Like I said, man, like WCW is terrible, but then TNA is just trash. At
To
least
be
with,
fair, I'm talking specifically about WCW from 2000 to like the little bit of 2001.
what about Hey Matt, why don't you tell everybody how you felt about Chucky? By the way, Chucky coming on to WCW.
Well, if you want to hear that, you should go listen to our review of ECW Barely Legal 97, where we talk about that, Kalins. Plug Ola.
Do you really think
Is it
EC3?
plug Ola really? If it's for our own shit though.
I don't think so. By picking the worst one, would pick Bubba Ray because TNA are convinced that he's money. Really, they're convinced that he's money. Like, who likes?
Why? He was like the fucking aces and eights fucking ruined them.
Yeah, it tanked a lot of their ratings, and it was a really terrible plot that no one liked.
They
And
had
it
to
went
fire
on.
half.
Good.
They had to fire half the company.
And it went on for a really long time too. Matt, your ideal TNA champ. Lamortis is asking for our ideal TNA champ.
Out of the people who are in there, uh,
I
they're
can't.
so fun. I would say Gunner. Like he's the strong. He's like by far the strongest fucking person. Cause like, have we really seen Gunner lose all that other than the table match,
Uh,
which he only lost because fucking James Storm came in.
I mean, Samoa Joe is basically squashing everybody left and right there.
Yeah, but I don't care for fucking Samoa
I
Joe.
thought you liked Pigpen.
Not really. It's kind of a fucking prick.
Really?
And I like CM Punk. He's not like a principal prick where I'm like, okay, he's a prick, but like,
Is this a
he's
prick?
got like, he's got things. He's got
Is
like,
this a prick?
he's got beliefs and ideas and shit. Like Samoa Joe just seems like a fucking asshole. So yeah, I'd say Gunner.
Gunner. Alright.
Who's yours?
Uh, who is mine? Uh, maybe. Really, the only person I've seen that's been like consistently strong that people seem to at least care about is Samoa Joe. Not that I like him personally, I don't. It's just he's the only person who's actually been
Yeah,
made to look strong besides Gunner.
they're taking the more logical approach to it. It's like I'm not letting my emotions cloud it. I honestly would. I think Gunner would be good because he's got the whole vet fucking angle and shit, and you know,
Most
TNA can only afford to fucking tour in the southern states now and
to
Britain.
To be honest with you, the reason why I'm going with him is not because, like I said, I dislike Samoa Joe as a person, but I like other people too much to want them to stay in that company. Like I like
True.
EC3, and I think he can do good things outside of that company. But that's why, like, I would rather people I like personally not even be in that company. I would much rather see them be on NXT like you. That's why I'm going with Samoa Joe because I don't like Samoa Joe. I think he's shit. And if he's going to make other people look weak, he might as well do it to people I don't care about. Like, like James Storm. Cause James Storm is just, it just doesn't appeal to me.
He's it's like he's a he should have had fucking Jeff Jarrett's gimmick. In all fucking honesty, let's be honest.
Because he's like a flamboyant redneck.
Yeah, he's like a fucking country music star. Like he's like Toby Keith if Toby Keith was a fucking wrestler.
Remember that little weird purple and pink outfit James Storm used to wear? Like the little pink cowboy hat and shit? Hold on, let me see.
Yes.
Let me see. He isn't going anywhere along with Austin. The thing is, though, that even Austin Aries, who would probably do much better in NXT, he's in TNA too. Although Austin Aries is kind of a creep, so I don't know if he'd really go that
True.
way.
Like with the stuff he did to Chrissy Hemme.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, one day when Austin Aries and Bobby Roode were in a tag team, and they were fighting Bad Influence, she accidentally called them Bad Influence.
Yeah.
And Austin Aries fucking got really pissed at her, and he fucking backed her up into the fucking ring post and like got up on the fucking second rope so his fucking dick was right in her fucking face.
And that is James
That's
and that
Austin
is
Aries.
Austin Aries. Yeah, it's like Austin Aries. I don't really see him going anywhere anyway, so he might as well fucking be TNA Heavyweight Champion because no one's going to tolerate him.
I wouldn't mind seeing him in NXT, but I'm like, you know what, Sabin and Kazarian and Daniels has a better chance. I would definitely like to see Bad Influence go into fucking NXT because I'm like, oh, that'd actually be a good fucking tag team in WWE.
Here's my question: where the fuck is Sabian? Is Sabin? Anyone know?
Oh, he's left. He's doing independent shit now.
Really?
Yeah. So is Bad Influence. They're taking independent bookings.
Oh wow. That's a shame because they're just they're so underutilized.
Well, Lamortis, they can't pick Bobby Roode now because he's king of the tables. Because think about that. Bobby Roode, and we've bitched about this before, Kalins. Bobby Roode has gone from wanting the fucking title to wanting a fucking part ownership in the fucking company to wanting to be king of the fucking tables.
King of the You know what's interesting though, right? This change was really sudden, wasn't it? So, Matt, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What do you want to bet that like Vince Russo didn't come back until a little while ago? Because it's weird that like they would stop his push out of nowhere. Yeah, because they just stopped his push out of nowhere.
That's when shit got weird.
Yeah, because Bobby Roode wanted to. Because Bobby
Roode. That would make sense. You use MVP taking over booking powers as like the fucking, okay, this is why there's so many Russo-like elements here. The other thing too is like Russo doesn't want to ever be on TV again, so
really,
like TNA will probably applaud it.
What? He doesn't want to be on TV again?
No, because he knows people fucking hate his guts. And he knows it would fucking just wreck a fucking product.
True, if he's on TV again. Oh shit, that makes sense.
That Bad Influence have the mileage to go through NXT in the hopes. I think so. I mean, they wouldn't have a particularly long career.
Not really,
in
no.
WWE because of their age, but I'm like, you might as well bring what fucking you can out of them because they are fucking very talented, and you have nothing right now
What do
for
you mean,
fucking
nothing?
tag division. Well, I mean,
The Usos, come
Yeah,
on.
true. Like we do have good. They're like again looking at TNA's tag division. It's like yeah, we got the Usos,
We have the Usos. We have now the Acolytes who are coming out. We have the Acolytes who are coming up. We
the
have,
Ascension.
yeah, these. I don't know why I called them the Acolytes.
The
We
Ascension
have,
is Ascension.
we,
Ah,
okay. We have the Ascension. We have Los Matadors, who are, despite how cheesy and shitty their gimmick are, they are really fucking good. We have quite a few good tag teams. The only bad tag team we have is Rybaxel. That's pretty much it.
well, 3-man band.
Three-man band. Like I know they're not that great,
They
but
should break up and fucking Drew McIntyre should fucking team with somebody better.
we have the Shield, and I think three-man band can, like, they're young, so they can easily improve. But like, and we have the Shield. We have a lot of strong tag teams in WWE currently. I mean, like, Bad Influence, even if they don't leave NXT, they can easily, like,
True,
they
they
can
could be a
easily
good fucking team. They could be a good. They could be like a good. They could be a good team to keep on NXT.
pretty
Help
much.
train.
Exactly, like they can do really well for themselves on NXT, and
It's like they're
actually,
fast. I mean, they'd be better than fucking having Too Cool fucking come out every so often.
yes, like kill Too Cool and like dress them up as Too Cool. They can be the new Too Cool. They can do the worm.
Yeah, like you know, and Saban. I think Saban, you could get probably more mileage out of him.
How young is Chris Sabian? Aren't they all pretty old? I think for except Spud and
I
like.
think Chris Saban's in his early 30s. So he's like around the same age as like the Usos and Daniel Bryan and stuff. So I'm like, you can get 10 years out of him.
Like they are wasting Spud though. Like holy crap.
He probably 5 to 4 fucking years out of 5 to 4 good years out of Bad Influence if they go on the main roster. 10 years if you want to keep them on NXT.
I think they should keep him on NXT and let him be an NXT team. They do so well there. And then just like, especially when it comes to like training new guys and getting new guys to be at the level they are. Like the Ascension though, I think you know my feelings about the Ascension, right?
No.
Really? You don't remember what I said
No.
about the Ascension?
No.
The bald guy is probably gonna end up being Ryback. I think. Like, you know, remember that the bald guy was gonna end up being like Ryback too, and like the one that was slightly more attractive would probably be like a mid card heel or something. Like, I see their future. It's pretty bleak.
It is.
But hey,
But I'm like, look, they have a better look and they're an actual fucking tag team. They're not two fucking losers you just stuck together because like, oh, they had the same manager and we got nothing else to do with them.
Rybaxel it is. Not even called Rybaxel, that's the best part. That's the sad part about it. They're even called Rybaxel.
Also, technically, we also have R-Truth and Xavier Woods, but I'm like, they need to just split that up and just have like fucking do something with fucking Xavier Woods.
And like R-Truth isn't that terrible. He's also fairly entertaining. Like I find him entertaining anyway.
Let R-Truth be just crazy guy.
Like yeah, like he's an amazing heel. Like there's these conspiracies at the conspiracy table. It's just awesome.
They should form like a new black stable.
No more black militant stables.
No, not black militant stable. It's a black stable.
A stable to get some of the black wrestlers prominent.
Yeah. Because you have a lot of black faces. Put all the black faces in a stable.
Let's mix them up in a stable full of white people so it won't be so obvious. It's like you can make them like the conspiracy or something. We be conspirating it.
Here's how I would do it. R-Truth be the fucking front man.
R-Truth would make an amazing heel leader.
He'd be the talker. And then you'd have Kofi Kingston, Mark Henry, Darren Young,
No.
and Xavier Woods.
No.
Yes.
So TNA established a writing team bereft of personal and financial glory, and Dixie rehires Russo as a consultant. Is Dixie being paid by Vince? There's bad decisions, and then there's Dixie. Yeah, isn't that like a conspiracy? That Vince Russo was sent into other wrestling organizations to sabotage them?
Here's the problem though with that. WCW was already in fucking trouble.
Yeah. And Vince
Ryan was on the wall.
And Vince Russo was already Eric Bischoff's undercover man in WWE anyway.
Vince Russo basically he just managed to put a lot of fucking nails in that fucking coffin.
And that's the thing that we always say to the one or two Vince Russo fans who exist. It's Vince Russo. The reason why Vince Russo worked at WWE was because Vince was a filter, and he filtered out most of Russo's terrible ideas.
He had two filters. He wasn't ever head of the writing staff. So he had the other he had the other writers. And then he had the people who were in charge of creative, like Ross and such. And then he had Vince. So there's three filters.
I thought he was the head writer actually at a point, wasn't he?
He might have been, but it was very briefly.
Because I know that Vince was a major filter that kept him sort of in line because.
Yeah, Vince was the biggest filter.
Because his ideas would have been he would have destroyed WWE.
With Vince, anybody unlike a lot of wrestlers and people in WWE who have made this have all pretty much told the same story. They went to Vince and were like, "Hey, I have an idea," and Vince was like, "Okay, let me hear it." And he listened to him, and he was like, "I like that." So it's you also had the wrestlers too. Unless they had bad standing with the company, like fucking Owen Hart, because of what fucking Brett did.
So they can just go to Vince and be like, "Hey, I have an idea." Whereas with what's his fucking face?
There is a climate of fear though within the WWF. That's well talked though. So I'm not trying to, say it's all rosy in WWF creative, but it's you listen to a lot of the popular people like the Stone Colds, the Rocks, the Mankinds, all of them, the go-getters, they were like, you know what, fuck this fear shit. I want to talk to fucking Vince.
And they went and they talked to Vince. And they told him his idea.
See, it might be different now that Triple H and Stephanie are in charge of that,
Well,
they're not. And that's not a knock on Triple H, because, Triple H gets a lot of fucking,
Yeah, one thing I was gonna say about one thing I was gonna say about Triple H was that Triple H, regardless of what you think about him, he does understand the difference of not sticking to one body type. He understands that because you have people
look at all the different body types in NXT.
He understands that everybody can contribute.
It's become a cliche at this point, but Triple H does what's best for business.
And he's like, you know what? It would be a good idea for me to have it would be a good idea to have more different body types instead of just all of them being big guys.
Yeah. I like how we're not even talking about TNA anymore. It's just fuck.
With TNA, it's just there's so much that's just frustrating about it because and it's dying. And the thing is, it's dying, but they continue the same path of just having Russo write for them, and it doesn't make sense. Like,
It's like barely even getting 1 million viewers.
like
Barely.
seriously, like we're the ones who are watching this shit. And that's the sad part about it. Because we don't even like this shit. We just watch it so we can make fun of it and talk about how bad it is.
Yeah. It's it's so uh,
And then you have so many talented wrestlers like Bobby Roode, who is now the master of tables, and then you have like Sonata and Tigre Uno who can put on good
yeah, I'm looking
shows.
at who I'd want. Like I would like Sonata in WWE,
So would I.
but I'm like, you know what? WWE doesn't have the best fight. I get why. See, out of everybody, out of all the new people on the roster in TNA, I get why Sonata's there. Cause
The
look at how fucking WWE has handled fucking Japanese wrestlers.
I will say this though, as a small defense of the WWE. Triple H now seems to have a better, seems to be more interested in diversifying their wrestlers.
Maybe,
So
but
maybe.
like, say that to poor Yoshitatsu, who had to change his whole fucking style around, and then they're like, nah, you're still gonna just stay on
But
NXT.
Yoshitatsu was in a bad place anyway, and Triple H is slowly trying to take over
And
things
then,
because Vince
there's
still
all the
has.
historical precedences, Taka Funaki, Tensai.
Exactly, these were wrestlers who did get over in some capacity, and Taka and Funaki have held belts in the past. It's not like they've been completely ran over. Besides, like I can't remember any Taka or Funaki match where they were backgrounds for fucking MVP and Kenny King. Look at that shit. Like Kenny King
True.
comes in the middle of their fucking match, starts talking. Like most of their match time wasn't even them wrestling. It was MVP talking to Kenny.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's why they're having this tournament to fight Kenny King, because they were both offended by him. So it's like the fucking stupid Eric Young versus Abyss shit.
Well, like
I mean,
this.
Eric Young versus Samoa Joe to fight Abyss
Okay,
is what I meant.
so whoever
Also, I
wins.
wouldn't mind seeing Tigre Uno in WWE, because it's like, you know what? I get fucking Sin Cara or somebody else to fight.
It would. Okay, so here's my question about about the whole thing with Sonata
And
and
Caitlin, you know what else? It might give you a Sin Cara 3 if the need is up.
that would be interesting. So Matt, the thing I'm curious about this thing with Kenny King. So is Kenny King like is he like the was he an X Division champion? Is that what's going on?
I think so.
And he
You know,
came
fuck it. I'm looking it up. Like, I'm on the internet. I could do that. Fuck it.
because I'm wondering what his significance is if he's like the final boss for like a tournament, even though he just came back, and Sonata is the X Division champion, even though we didn't even get to see it happen, because that's not important.
I isn't tough enough.
Kenny King, that's funny. He was in Tough Enough.
That's his only time in fucking. In, he was on the second season of Tough Enough.
That's it.
Yeah, he was one of the 4 finalists in the second season, which was won by Jackie Gaydall and Linda Miles. Remember them?
So
Remember
then,
Jackie Gaydall, everybody? Yeah,
a little bit.
I don't. Oh, he was in Ring of Honor. So, alright, here we go. Here's all his championships he's held. Okay, he was a Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion one time. He was a TNA X Division champion one time, and TNA World Cup of Wrestling 2013 with what is that even? What is that? World Cup of Stupid. Hello, Kaylin. Are you there? I think Kaylin's left. We should wrap this up though. It's been an
Hey,
hour.
Matt, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so he was a champion. So he was X Division champion
Yes.
for how long?
And he won something last year.
Before he went to Japan.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think it's time to end this, Kalins.
All right.
On Sunday, we'll see who's the better man at picking horrible horseshit. That is today.
All right. So say
Which is
goodbye.
like being the best cousin fucker.
That's pretty awesome. Play us out, keyboard Matt.